It has been an active weather day. That's why we are weather alert. We are hearing of damage to the Mercy Hospital in Adair. It's been evacuated. We don't know if anyone is hurt at this time.
Yeah, it's really one of those days to where so many parts of our viewing area impacted by the severe weather. We want to make sure you know what's going on in your neighborhood right now. That's why we have a whole team showing you the aftermath of this outbreak. And we start with KCCI's Ophelia Jacobson in Greenfield. Ophelia, we've seen the pictures. It does not look good there.
Yeah, Stacy, it really isn't good news out of Greenfield. This is a central Iowa town of just over 2,000 people. And just hours after the storm, now that the clouds have rolled on, we are really starting to see just the extent of this damage. We have a family right behind me who is currently just rummaging through what used to be their home, trying to find anything and salvage anything they can. We saw them find their guitar. That must mean a lot to them. And, you know, we have cleanup crews passing by, push some of that debris away, push some of those fallen trees. We have power lines that have just been toppled over, cars that have just been smashed, and tractors that have also been flipped upside down as well. It's really a terrible scene here in Greenfield. We've seen multiple fire crews here. We do know KCCI has confirmed that multiple counties, surrounding counties, have sent in deputies from their sheriff departments to help with cleanup, and KCCI has been on the ground talking to families whose entire lives were uplifted, and they just say they are thankful that they are alive.
I've lived here all my life. I'm just praying that everybody was safe, everybody's safe and nobody got hurt.
Do you know of anybody you know who's hurt or still missing?
Not yet. I haven't heard of anybody, but I'm just keep hearing all over the place that houses are down. Even all the new houses out by the lake are down.
Is there anything else you feel like we should know?
I just want to thank God for keeping us safe and everybody coming together to help. It was scary, very scary.
And what she said about people coming together to help, we saw, people carrying cases of water throughout town. We also saw, again, multiple fire crews and sheriff's departments coming in to help. Just really everyone's in shock right now. Again, just making sure everyone is okay. A lot of people have told me that this can all be replaced, that their family members are what is most important to them. And from the people that we've spoken to, everyone has been accounted for. We'll send it back to you guys in Greenfield. Ophelia Jacobson, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Okay, Ophelia, thank you. The emotion's so raw right now, and people just starting to comprehend what's ahead as far as cleanup and everything is concerned. Zane and Trey, they've been tracking this storm and Storm Chaser throughout the day.
Yeah, I've caught some tornadoes on camera for us too. Let's start with Zane. Zane, where are you? Greenfield tonight, what are you seeing?
Hi, Stacy. Hi, Ben. Yeah, you heard from Ophelia a moment ago. It's just surreal to be here right now. Robbie Rissman and I were down here in Greenfield, actually just when we were storm chasing, not too long before we saw one of those tornadoes that was down in parts of Adams and Adair counties here. What you're seeing in Robbie's shot is the intersection of Highway 25 and Highway 92 right on the east side of Greenfield. We're in the Casey's parking lot, which has been battered up pretty bad. There's no power at the gas station. The awning's pretty messed up. There's a lot of metal and then wood and everything else that's been thrown around. Some of this spot was actually used to evacuate a lot of those folks you mentioned earlier out of the Adair County Hospital, which is right kitty corner from us on the other side of the intersection, just a little ways down on the east side of town. We smelled a lot of gas, that natural gas smell when we got here a little while earlier this afternoon, and it is a really, really rough situation. You might be able to see above the hospital there's a medevac helicopter still flying around. We've seen multiple of at least one of those multiple times here this evening. Just several blocks on the east side of Greenfield are severely damaged, like you saw from Ophelia a little while ago, but like she also mentioned, there is a ton of law enforcement, a ton of first responders who are here in town trying to get everybody safe We saw earlier they're still checking for people. They're going house to house, marking them with either an X or an OK or something like that to show that they've checked that house. There's no one in there. There's no one trapped. There's no one missing. So it's still very much a sort of search and rescue operation. At least it seems like right now here in Greenfield. This town has been hit pretty bad. That's the current situation right now. Live in Greenfield, Zane Satry, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.